The one word that sums up LAFLA is justice.
What LAFLA has done has made a big difference in my life.
If it wasn't for legal aid, I don't know what we would have done.
But they really did give me justice. I woke up this morning and I decided to go to Hawaii. You can actually feel the fresh ocean breeze. Your imagination can take you all over the world. Today it will take you to Hawaii. My diabetes started about 10 years ago.
Unfortunately, the doctors weren't able to do enough in time.
My vision went just blurry completely. I used to have 3 jobs. I used to volunteer. I used to umpire. I was just an energetic person.
Auggie bought a condo in Highland Park with money that he saved up working as an accountant.
This is my home. This is my castle. This is my little throne that I got.
Auggie was having major problems with his legs.
My niece came on Good Friday and barged in here.
And said, Auggie, I'm taking you out of here. I'm gonna take care of you. The next thing he knew, he woke up in the intensive care unit and he asked the nurse, how are my legs?
And he goes, you don't have no legs. Excuse me? She said, you don't have no legs from the knee down. And they said, okay, touch the end of your stumps.
He had lost his vision, he'd lost his legs, but he was happy to still have his condo.
I went to a general meeting of the condominium complex.
He had been president of the Homeowners Association, and they actually tried to kick him out.
The one guy said, Mr. Fuentes, you're not the president. You're not even the owner of your house.
And that's when Auggie found out something was really wrong.
I had nobody to turn to.
Auggie faced homelessness.
I just wanted my house back.
I was 9 months pregnant with my daughter when it came to the end of our relationship.
Years and years of really terrible physical, but also really awful emotional and mental abuse.
She would have bruises on her arms. She'd have bruises all over.
He would tie me up and hit me, and then the kids would be sitting there watching. And I would just have to be nice to him until he calmed down, and then he would tell me how much he loved me again.
It was just such a cycle. It was just ongoing, and it just seemed to get worse and worse.
I tried to file my own restraining order, and I tried to file my own family custody papers, and it was a mess. I couldn't do it on my own.
After the fact, she just shut down. She couldn't function.
My ex called social service on me and said that I was an unfit parent, and they removed the kids from me.
When my daughter did try to call the kids after they left, he just wouldn't return the calls.
He had cut off all her access to her children.
He's always told me that he was going to kill me if I ever took the kids. I didn't know what to do.
These are people that they don't have anywhere else to turn.
I was very hopeless that I would get my kids back.
And not everybody has that kind of money to spend on a lawyer.
When people do not have access to justice, they lose faith in their government, they lose faith in society, and the whole system breaks down.
The Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is the frontline law firm for the poor.
Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles plays a key role of opening the doors to justice.
After I saw, wait a minute, this situation is out of control, I turned to legal aid.
Part of my job as an attorney is to find out what happened.
I really didn't know anything.
And as we dug deeper, we found out that things were even worse than he thought.
Auggie, your dates aren't coinciding for what your story.
When he told the story, he told me that he was in his niece's house for about a day. It turned out that Auggie was actually at his niece's house for 5 days.
So there was like 5 days of me just lying, I guess, at their house in a coma.
While Auggie was in and out of consciousness at his niece's house, she gave him a quitclaim deed, signing over title to his condo. His bank accounts were depleted. His niece took out credit card debt. She sold his car.
The house had been ransacked. They had completely cleaned everything out.
The really ugly part of this really ugly story is that Auggie's niece waited to call an ambulance for Auggie until she was able to record the quitclaim deed.
Probably the only part of the plan that didn't succeed is that I didn't die.
We sent the letter to Auggie's niece demanding that she return title and cancel the power of attorney.
These attorneys were not going to play around.
She seemed a little inconvenienced by the whole thing and irritated that someone would stand up for her blind double amputee uncle.
They gave her definitely till Thursday at 5 o'clock.
When I came here, it was just a miracle.
The abuser had been awarded custody of the kids, but they were still here. There were court orders that they were to stay here and that my client was to have visitation.
He told us that he was taking the kids to Las Vegas.
And he ended up disappearing. He stopped answering his phone.
We couldn't find any record of him in Vegas. We learned that his new girlfriend's family ran a restaurant in Juneau, Alaska.
And when they found him in Alaska, he even tried to play off that it wasn't him.
We went back into court again after we had found out that father had been arrested for felony drug charges up in Alaska.
The judge said, you can go get the kids.
She gets up there and finds out that dad has vacated his apartment.
I was scared though, because I didn't know what he was capable of.
And I knew we have like moments to get these kids.
I'm like in Alaska with none of my family.
If he leaves this time, she's never gonna see him again.
I was really nervous.
I spent hours on the phone with the detective up in Alaska. He was busted and we had him.
And then I got the kids back. It was like the best feeling in the world.
Peace, tranquility. All I need is a pineapple drink. That would go awfully nice right now.
Auggie was able to return to his condo.
I felt like the Wizard of Oz. You know what? There's nothing like home sweet home. Just clap your heels 3 times, even though I didn't have no more legs. I felt home sweet home.
LAFLA is able to help people just turn their lives around.
Now at least I'm going to school. My health is back. I have my little house back.
I've started a business called the Cupcake Queen. I bake cupcakes, I bake coffee cakes.
I couldn't imagine seeing a client come as far as she has.
She is now moving to self-sufficiency.
I never imagined that I would have a business or anything like that.
Although we reach over 70,000 people a year, the numbers continue to grow.
LAFLA simply cannot do it alone. It relies and counts on support from the legal community and from the businesses in the community.
Without them, we couldn't do half of the work that we do.
If I didn't have LAFLA in my life, my kids would probably be in an abusive home still, with their dad selling drugs, being left home alone.
If it wasn't for legal aid, I would be in a convalescent hospital in a room with 6 people, all prepared to die.
I'm very thankful to have LAFLA because it's made me a stronger person. It's made me a happier person, and it's helped me get my kids back. And I know that this man's never ever going to take my kids away from me again.